Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Summer 2019. I did manage to find my co-caster after the match. We've done our best to forget the errors of the past, namely the draft of DAMWON Gaming and the BeryL on Kai'Sa. And Flame is going to be coming in for the second time this season. Nuguri had been playing really well in other games, but now it is 3 game losses in a row after the Afrika Freaks loss earlier on in the week. This feels like it's just not the week for DAMWON Gaming. Coach Kim on your screen right here has got some words for this squad, you could imagine. We'll see whether they can tidy things up and find themselves a victory moving into game number 2. But Flame hasn't necessarily been a savior for DAMWON Gaming so far.
No, and you have to wonder why the sub out is occurring. The only thing that I can actually fathom is that it would have to be because of a unique champion pick, right? Because if Nuguri is getting tilted after that one game, that just makes absolutely no sense. It really, really doesn't.
Yeah.
It would be very hard for me to believe that he's so mentally incapacitated because of the BeryL on Kai'Sa that he just has to get subbed out, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, man.
We just lost to BeryL on Kai'Sa.
Lost to BeryL Kai'Sa.
How can I go on?
I think I saw him on a stretcher.
Well, Elise and the J4 have been banned, so DAMWON want to take bonO out of this game. They recognize his MVP, and they say, well, you're not allowed to play League of Legends anymore. We have decided to remove your champion pool. We'll see whether they're going to be able to remove enough champions, though, as the Vladimir and the Akali are the answers. Banning Vlad, despite Nuguri not being in the roster, is a shout-out to ShowMaker and how good he is at the Vladimir. Also, Aurelia going to be taken off the board here as SoHwan was smashing Nuguri with that champion, so not going to be able to do that again as Corki is banned, guys. Thank goodness.
You know what, though? Azir's not banned.
So first pick?
This is a sick joke, man. It really is. I'm getting...
LS just looked up to the heavens. He's like, why? Why is this happening?
Oh my god.
Well, it's not going to be answered by a Corki. So we got that going for us.
Oh, thank you for looking on the bright side. Maybe, who knows, maybe we're just going to get something else that's boring in the lane. Who really knows what's going on here? Kai'Sa, no. We're not going to get Kai'Sa.
No, that actually sounds quite interesting.
I was telling you earlier, Atlas, that there was the tweet that Corki and Azir are just going to get nerfed.
Yep.
And
then people are going to discover that Cassiopeia is busted.
Then
they're going to start actually playing her.
They're going to start playing Cassiopeia, which is actually a probably real possibility. I guess I foresee a couple of things happening from that. Either Cassio and Jace come into the mid lane, because it's not about is a champion good, it's just what sucks less than the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually how top and mid has been for the last 9 months.
Yep.
Is what sucks less than everything else, not what is necessarily good.
Yep. And if you see a meta where, you know, Azir, Corki, Orianna, things like this are good,
there's an issue.
Then they're the baseline champions.
Yes.
That is sort of like the floor, and then you can have champions that are good around that, and as soon as they get above that floor, that's when you see the meta developing outside of that situation. Canyon going to be answering the SoHwan pickup, though, just to go back to the draft for a moment. With the Trundle, understandable one there, being able to subjugate the Aftershock is certainly a way of getting things done, as Flame looks to be heading towards the Jace pickup.
And that just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you just had Nuguri on Jace in the previous game, and I really can't imagine that Nuguri would be that tilted after one game. He's like, I just can't do it.
Well, I mean, he's a young man and also a very emotional player as well. We know, like, we've seen how incredibly animated he is after games. We know that this guy sort of plays to the tune of his emotions. So not wanting to have a tilted man in game number 2 is an understandable thing, but putting Flame on Jace certainly shows that it was an emotional problem, not a champion pool problem.
Yeah. Unless they didn't intend to pick Jace, but then that wouldn't really make much sense as they're doing it so early on in the draft. Trundle to answer the Sejuani and counter her, but now all that Hanwha Life needs to do is they just need to get more dive and backline access, and it's going to become a little bit difficult for DAMWON Gaming. They already have the Kai'Sa to bypass everything. And you know that
Ashe going to be the bans here?
The cherry,
Ashe next one.
the cherry on top is when Nuclear picks Ezreal. That's the cherry on top. Even though there's a Kaisa that's already locked in for the enemy team, and there's a Camille that's able to get access to your backline and lock up the carries, we're waiting for the Ezreal.
Well, we'll see whether it actually gets picked up. I made a mistake. It's not going to be the ad because, of course, this is the Hanwha side that's doing the banning. BeryL not going to be playing the Tahm Kench. As Xayah Tahm Kench will be the decided second round bans here for Hanwha. DAMWON, they can look towards a few different lanes here. Mid lane is going to be their first port of call, but the Camille could be going there as well. So wanting to mix up these bans a little as the Nautilus is going to be taken away from Key.
We'll see what he comes up with. Interestingly enough, Yuumi has made it through.
Yeah.
All the way.
How do you feel about Yuumi Kaisa as a lane?
No.
Doesn't seem super great.
Let's not do that. That's the opposite of what is holy. As Nico right now being hovered.
Ooh, a lot of flexibility now between the solo lanes of Hanwha Life. Theoretically, you could run Nico support as well, but we haven't seen too much of that.
Very happy. I'm a team Nico, not a team Kennen.
No?
Personally.
I mean, I feel like Nico is just better Kennen.
Yes.
See,
I knew that you were an intellectual. Okay. I knew that's.
Well, we got Bullet Hell. The Lucian Yuumi lane is going to come in here for DAMWON. A lot of power now in the hands of Nuclear and BeryL. Okay, this would be a key special. This guy loves his hooks. He was a Thresh player. He has busted out the Blitzcrank from time to time. This isn't just a troll hover. 5 seconds to go. We'll see whether he decides that it's the right choice. But nope.
Ruining it.
It's the bear.
And Blitz wouldn't have been that bad. Every target was realistically pullable.
Yep, that's true.
And so it would not have been the end of the world. It's not like DAMWON has a target that's like, nah, I just can't hook them.
But we have to remember that the Raw interrupts you and me.
That is true.
So a very powerful choice into the Yuumi if she decouples from the Lucian. This could be a really exciting lane on both sides. But the poke potential and the laning potential just outside of that one all-in interaction is going to be so far in favor of the Lucian Yuumi that it could be difficult for Hanwha Life to even have an inroad. To utilize that, look for bonO to be heading towards that bottom lane early to try and get sangyoon and Key and availability down there. The glacial synergy between the Volibear and the SoHwan, of course, is something worth talking about also in series compositions.
Jace, Trundle, Azir, Lucian, and Yuumi. I'm imagining that they're going to try to take a different spin on the Azir because this team composition wants to get ahead and it wants to get ahead fast. The Azir probably just wants to have permanent priority in the mid lane. They want to have an extremely explosive 2-item wake up in this game. But it comes online at 1 item across all of those champions. On the flip side, Kaisa, Volibear, Nico, SoHwan, and Camille definitely able to go much later into the game. Eventually, the Camille and the Nico break points. Probably going to be a little bit too much to handle, and it's going to come down to Azir to try to save the game.
See whether the Azir can do it. It's ShowMaker's second bout on the champion, this time not dealing with the Corki. Let's see how game number 2 goes. Hanwha fans being able to pull in some of the SKT fans for this particular game. If Hanwha's able to win either Game 2 or Game 3, SKT moves to first place. An unthinkable outcome if you guys watched SKT's first 6 games of this season, as they certainly looked a little bit worse for wear after making their way back from a relatively disappointing MSI. Of course, group stage going very, very well. Knockout stage, something that we'd prefer to forget.
What is that? Was that Yumi's recall animation?
Yeah. Just heading home.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Oh, already tilted.
Yikes.
Never mind, saved.
We're okay. We're okay.
We're fine.
Okay, bonO going to be taking the fleet footwork. This was, of course, very, very popular back in the days. But when you're against a Trundle, you don't want to be taking the Aftershock, because you just get so many free stats from it, and you're not able to play that frontline tank. As Shape Splitter comes in here from Tempt, just trying to get some third hit procs onto ShowMaker early.
The really weird thing was the secondary tree for bonO. He doesn't have an obligation to show up to any of the ganks early. He just wants to match counter gank. So having the cheap shot in the other rune doesn't make a whole lot of sense given how they're likely to conduct themselves in the early stages of the game. So, a little bit surprising to see these runes picked up.
How do you feel about Guardian Yuumi? Do you feel like that is the way to do it now, after the changes to Prowling Projectile, not allowing to have so much? Because I have a feeling that Summoner Aerie is still a very strong one. How are you going to resolve this?
I mean, Aerie is really strong. Spellbook is insane as well.
That's true.
Spellbook is something that a lot of players haven't totally come to accept yet, but it's a pretty broken summoner spell, and I think that it's definitely a lot better in the jungle than usually it is on some laners, but Spellbook is definitely a viable alternative for Yuumi.
Okay, just going to run around for a little bit after popping that Q. There's sangyoon. Ooh, a lot of damage there. As this was going to be a rough lane, and as you can see, it is living up to that name entirely. Bottom side of the map, though, is where bonO is located. Hasn't taken his Krug camp, wanted to get down here as early as possible. It's going to be Rift Scuttlers being probably targeted first. As you can see, full clear of the jungle is what bonO's looking for. Some pings onto the Raptor camp here, as that is going to be taken. So I believe it was red to bottom side clear, and then we're going to clear the top side. So bonO, a bit of a slow start here, not going to be helping sangyoon and Key out in the early game. But they have a wave underneath their turret, so things looking like they're going fine.
Yeah, everything is going fine for them right now. SoHwan up in top lane, also doing fine here against Flame's Jace. As Flame is at full HP, very little mana. He has a Biscuit, he has 3 Corrupting Potions, but this is not the kind of lane state you would want as Jace versus Camille. Canyon gonna take a bite out of the boar.
Yep, and Pillar gonna come in there as well, cancels an auto attack, but bonO's gonna make his way out, and the Rift Scuttler should be being picked up here by the Trundle. Level 3 to level 4. Canyon's been farming things out a little bit better than what bonO's been able to do. Tempt really feeling like he's got his sea legs here in this mid lane against ShowMaker. Knows how his playstyle works on the Azir as well after playing against it for a whole game. And he's now on the Nico, which has a lot of good options as well. As now Canyon, he's just hunting for piggies. Mix's Wrath, though, pretty good at cleaning up the little ones. Well, be able to deny too much.
I mean, bonO is going to be completely fine, and this lane is so good right now for SoHwan. Flame is really botching the levels 1 through 4. Yeah, this is not the lane state that you want against him.
It's also, you want to get those wave crashes like you were talking about. Okay, that's to make their key. As that's a whole minion wave, so not going to see DAMWON go put any extra pressure on. Looking for a back timing here is sangyoon. Should be able to go home, get himself possibly a tier, but if he wants to have some battle stats in his lane, that is going to be a very dangerous option, so pickaxe is going to be the priority. I really like it from the Kai'Sa.
And it looks like they're actually just going to go recall for recall, so sangyoon is going to have his decision on what exactly is going to happen with the lane, unless Lucian and Yuumi TP back in.
Yeah, they can TP back and they can both get in there, so...
This means that sangyoon, he's going to be able to conserve his teleport, so at a more important recall, he'll have that available. He also has the option to go elsewhere with it.
Yeah, Canyon diving forward. ShowMaker only level 5, didn't have the Emperor's Divide available. That would have possibly spelt a really bad time for Tempt.
And the thing about this teleport down here, yes, it brings back BeryL as well with it, so you get the 2-for-1 on the TP. But the lane state isn't that great. It's not like you're getting some sort of a crash that's magically going to benefit you. You're not causing the opponent to lose out on too much, and so the TP did seem a little bit panicked.
Yep.
And Infernal Dragon, I mean, it's the first one of the game. It's super, super important for both of these members. Yuumi utilizes AP very, very well. Lucian, Azir, Trundle, and Jace all want the augment to their damage as well.
Well, Tempt, Shape Splitter comes in. Pop Blossom, though, looking for the stun. Gets it onto one of them as bonO finds his way past the wall. And Canyon should be falling. It's the flash, but the auto attack was already in the air. ShowMaker couldn't get the trade kill, and now Permafrost is going to come in. bonO looking for the double. The flash will secure it.
And what a massive turn of events here in mid lane now, too. ShowMaker doesn't have TP. That's a nice sizable minion wave that crashes into the turret. They're going to get small chip damage as well. As is Nico and Sedge going... No, I thought they were going top, but they do apply Fog of War pressure, although Flame doesn't look like he would respect it anyway, so...
Well, Flame does have a gigantic lead up here as he's just shoving SoHwan in
actually
over and over.
Really bad, though. Had they just ran up to top, he would have died.
Yeah, potentially.
And so bad play turns out to be okay, but taking a look at this good play, Tempt manages to snare up Canyon, and he flashes, but a little bit of a fail flash. ShowMaker trying to kill the Nico, but there's no way for him to kill him without going 1-for-1 anyway, because Nico has the flash too. He tries to flash away, bonO gets it.
Who's he calling them now?
Just said good job.
Yeah, please, nice, good job. Basically.
I like how he's saying, please, nice shot. I wonder,
yeah,
I would love if we had Pro View. We could see if he's using F keys.
I think he was probably just watching the mid lane there during that fight. Sangyoon, of course, we know is basically the ambassador for this team. He's the heart and soul. Hasn't been too happy in recent days. Hasn't been too much to be happy about, of course, for Hanwha Life. But finally, he's been fired up. A lot of charisma on Sangyun's side. It's a bit sad that we haven't been able to hear from him. Hoping for a pop-off performance here today so that he could pick himself up an MVP, jump alongside bonO for the end-of-game interview if he's able to do that this game. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Hanwha Life, they do have a 1,000 gold lead, but Flame has a big lead up top. It's not like the top lane Jace has been kept down this game. It's going to be a different avenue for victory here for Hanwha if they will end up going there. Key having a bit of a search around here, defending his control ward. As Canyon is going to path down the bottom side. And last game, it was Canyon on the champion that he's found the most success on, and this time around, he's on something else. And we'll see whether that passenger status is going to be picked up once again. That was a big problem for Canyon in their series against the Afrika Freaks, and we need to see more from him. And this is the time where he needs to step up. Yeah, Flame going to dive in. It's a good stun there from SoHwan, though. Wants the second hit of that E, but not going to be able to get it.
And Flame can just pull the wave right now. They both do have TP. We'll see. It looks like he's shoving it.
He wants to create as much pressure as is possible for the Jace at this point, you can imagine. But, like
I mean, it's playing right into Camille's hands. So she's going to be underneath her turret. She has the cloth armor, Doran's blade, and shield. Flame doesn't have enough mana to really pressure all that much. And I mean, there's 5 turret plates remaining, so if you just pull the wave, you know that both junglers are on the opposite side of the map. SoHwan cannot just arbitrarily hookshot into you.
Well, bonO's in there. Ultimate does fly out, lands, but Key's going to be the one to fall down. The passive does not do enough, despite not having an ignite on that bottom side, and that is just a free kill going over onto the Volley Bear. Tempt and ShowMaker fighting, looking for an Emperor's Divide. Pop Blossom actually used. A lot of fear there from Tempt, thinking that that R button would come out, but ShowMaker intelligently holds onto it, just threatens, and is going to get that big reward. And the Infernal Drake is going to come down afterwards, a gigantic tempo swing here in favor of DAMWON Gaming.
Kaisa tries to go for something there, but not going to be able to find it. Another Infernal is also coming up, so right now, DAMWON Gaming, they're going to be the ones that have the advantage and lead currently in this game.
Yeah.
As maybe Rip Herald is on the agenda.
Well, there's a control ward up here. Aggression from Flame. He's stuck inside the Hextech Ultimatum. It's a decent stun. Ultimatum's going to wear off as Key's behind the damn turret. Flips him even further to safety as Key is going to be able to get out. And the kill is picked up by bonO.
And that was just the weirdest chain of events ever. You know the enemy jungler is going to be on the left-hand side of the map. You guys just got the Infernal. Your jungler's pathing back up to top lane. Where do you expect him to be? But also, where's the Volley Bear that had died and did not just return back to bottom lane? So, in this clip we see, like you mentioned, Key, even without the Ignite, they're able to bring him down. Just watch this arbitrary trade. You have no vision of River. Volley Bear's not down in bot lane. You can use no info as info. Oh, I wonder where he is. You know, as Flame... Yeah, he's dead.
He is real dead. Mega dead. As Key is able to get out of there as well. So he's going to go back home, get back down towards the bottom side. Sangyoon still with his teleport available, and Flash, as Nuclear does not have his. after that most recent exchange. Does have that kill, though, and a Blade of the Ruin King.
Well, Flame returning back up to top lane. He might just die once again. Glacial Prison.
It's just going to straight up whiff, but they do manage to land the Q. Permafrost is there. Sorry, Flame, you are still dead, my friend. SoHwan's going to grab this kill.
Now they're picking on Flame right now. That's what's happening up here.
Yeah.
The Flame has been put out.
We are doing our best to extinguish DAMWON Gaming.
You ever seen
You're a Hanwha Live fan?
Yeah. Okay, well, they're going to try to return the favor down in bottom.
sangyoon and Key looking like they're okay with it as they watch their control ward be removed by the Trundle. Still going a little bit aggressive there. As, whoa! Prowling projectile can't find the prowling bear by the looks.
The bear's
Out-prowled.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether they prowl. I guess you could
Yeah, I guess they prowl. Of course they prowl. Okay.
They are a carnivorous predator, right? So, theoretically.
I mean, you don't know about Volibear.
That's true.
Yeah? You ever seen what restaurants he eats at?
I mean, he is like, he's one of those Arctic bears like in that book, you know, the Golden Compass?
No, what is it?
It's a fantastic book by Philip Pullman.
Okay.
It has a magical bear in it,
All right.
who's very similar to Volibear, as far as the story is
What if they
concerned.
make a Winnie the Pooh Volibear skin when he's reworked?
Oh my god, that would be
Oh
incredible.
my god.
Oh, and when he runs,
Yeah?
a like little pot of honey is put in front of him, and so he can actually run to the honey.
What? Oh my! What if he's chasing Beekeeper Singed?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man.
Well, we're going to do our best Beekeeper Singed impression here as bonO flashes forward. Nuclear is going to be killed through the Yuumi help, and the stun is even going to land. Pop goes everything bottom side. The Yuumi going to fall. Tempt able to tank up the turret and still get the kills. Nicely done from Hanwha, who answer back. ShowMaker gets himself a plate, but crockery is not going to be enough as another plate going to fall bottom side. 5 seconds before they fall down as well. You could have got another one there, sangyoon,
Trundle.
but looking for the back.
Trundle?
He's gonna go.
Oh, they're just gonna kill. Oh.
Yeah. That was kill key.
Oh my god.
And he get out.
Wait, what? No, just okay. What? No, you let Lucian get it.
What? No, he didn't.
No, but he
oh,
should.
he's supposed to. Yeah, he is. And that wasn't
Atlas,
even
let's do
that
some
wasn't
quick
an
math.
assist.
Let's
That
do some
wasn't
quick
even an
math.
assist.
I know, that's the point. What is greater, 300 or 450?
Let's wait, just
Come on, I trust you to do this, but not Valdez.
2, 3. So 3,
Yeah.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
All right.
My hand says 450 is better.
All right.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, nailed it!
We're so smart.
Oh,
I knew you'd get it, but not
thanks,
Valdez.
man. Thanks. I
Yeah.
had to do my workings out, but I got
Valdez
there
is
at
probably still on Google.
Google calculator.
Yeah, he is.
Hasn't managed to find the actual calculator app. As bonO has been discovered by ShowMaker and just destroyed. They do get themselves the Rift Herald, but the poor piggy is going to fall down. Just, I believe, did not have the Arctic Assault available in order to get out of the back of that pit.
Well,
This is a strange game. 300 gold is the lead here for Hanwha Life, but the Infernal Drake goes down as bonO does. As bonO goes down as the Infernal Drake is available. He's now looking for his way in the back of the pit. They don't want to give this one away. Voidseeker comes in. Key, he's running, he's flashing, managed to pick up the first one. Trundle falls down as the flash is unavailable there.
ShowMaker.
But sangyoon diving on forward. ShowMaker goes golden, but that is just to witness the end of his own life. And Hanwha Life are going to say, thank you very much for the leash on the Infernal Drake, and they'll even up the dragon count.
gonna even up the dragon count. Please click on Kaisa.
Oh, click on Lucian to see what he's not going to get. There we go.
Ah, man, that's like
Oh,
me.
and we're going to transfer into an outer turret in the mid lane. This is a fantastic
This is a really good
snowball.
rotation. Yeah. Oh, man. Tempt
Hanwha are
with
playing
the
really
tempo.
clean, dude. What is going on?
You
Where
know
was
what?
this Hanwha Live when we were talking about them being potentially good at the beginning of the year?
They were in South Korea.
They were busy looking for 6th place is what they were doing.
Is that it?
Yeah, and now they don't have an opportunity to even get to 6th place.
Okay.
Oh, but they do have an opportunity to avoid relegation.
They do.
8th place, the dream here for Hanwha, KT Rolster, and Jinair Greenwings, and this is going to put the ball back into KT's court if they can take this win here, especially if they can do it with a 2-0 as bonO had to go back.
That looked bugged.
Yeah, he had to go back and
He didn't need to die for this.
Sometimes you just got to do due diligence
But also,
and spend a little bit of extra time.
You know what? Look at this. Look at that Poly Bear.
Yeah, that's what you do. You
What an
run in,
absolute
you rumble,
unit.
and you roar,
Yeah.
my friend. That is what you do.
That guy lifts the heaviest of weights, and he dines with the finest of Poly Bears, okay?
Right, he does.
너네끼리 바꿔야 미드 아빠 전령 있어.
The halls of Valhalla.
Yeah, he
뺏기면 안 돼,
does.
이거 봐줘. 뺏기면 안 돼.
Come
Come
mid,
mid, we
yeah,
have
BeryL.
Herald. So the boys understanding that that's what they have to do. It was sangyoon's call. So you said Tempt with the tempo, but it's sangyoon with the tempo. So unfortunately, we don't get that fun alliteration in this particular case. DWG looking for a gank onto sangyoon, but Supercharger allows him to run pretty quickly. But there's the final chapter. Good flash as the pillar moves him closer to the wall. Nicely done. Void Seeker only finds a minion. As ultimate for Flash is definitely a good trade here for DWG.
Someone now, he's gonna, ooh, right at the edge of that vision was the giant ore. So,
And Flame is going to show himself as well. Arctic Assault as he's throwing the ward in. sangyoon jumps in over the wall. Every button lands. Really nicely done from Hanwha. Punishing the Jace once again. And again, you may change the nameplate, but you still get a 0-3 Jace.
still get a feeding Jace. That is exactly what is going on here. So,
well, Tempt looking for the flank, has the Pop Blossom, gets himself one of the snares, goes immediately golden as Nuclear is trying to get around it. Is Tempt still punished? As SoHwan is very tanky, Hextech ultimatum, as ShowMaker's very, very low. bonO able to get in there to try and get that kill down as SoHwan waiting for his buttons to be back off cooldown. That is a terrifying bear, but doesn't have a lot to offer him here as the Yumi's doing so much work. Guardian not enough. Cat on a book ain't gonna do nothing in the face of this Hanwha Life squad.
in Hanwha Life, they just maintain dominance all over the map right now. Flame was dead, not able to teleport back in. He's running down into bottom lane. But remember, the gold score right now, it's 3,500, but there's still 2 tier 1 turrets still to be taken by Hanwha Life. They end up catching out Tempt, but the shield and the stopwatch so good at delaying and keeping them there that eventually the cavalry arrives as SoHwan goes over the wall. And like you were saying, the Yuumi was trying to do so much inside of this fight, just not quite able to. And then killing Yuumi is like walking over honey fruit, so
Yeah.
not very hard.
Not a toughie right there.
Uh-oh, Flame.
I've seen this one before.
All right.
But this time, Flame had his ward that he died to last time around.
bonO now, nice leash.
Cheers,
All right.
Flame.
Yeah.
All right, you were talking about outer turrets.
Yeah, they're going to get
One
them
of
right
them
now.
is gonna
So
be taken, yeah.
the 3.5 gold score at the top was a little bit misleading. Some people might look at it and be like, well, why is the game still so close? Well, that's because there's still some turrets
Yep.
for Hanwha Life to eventually take, and now they're going to trade, actually. Top tier 1 for bottom tier 1.
SoHwan is having the series of his life here today.
Yeah,
206
he is.
now on the Camille. His Aurelia was dominant, able to get lots of kills against Nuguri, and that is no mean feat. Nuguri, a fantastic laning top laner, of course.
Nico could
Yes, and also has Glacial Augment, so has
Could've-
exactly the right rune for
have
freezing.
froze, and then could have TP'd down to Dragon as she simultaneously unlocks the lane. That was an option. I just wanted to weave that in there, Alice, for you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
For adding that piece of analysis to this puzzle. The Infernal Drake is going to be coming up in 15 seconds' time. Hanwha Life will be fighting for that one as the Sand Soldiers trying to go aggressive. And Yuumi Azir is a very powerful combo as bonO is going to have to Arctic Assault to get himself out. Gets a little bit stuck, but not going to be permanently squished against that wall with the pillar. As DWG waiting for a face check. He's going to run away. There's a little Thunder Claws. Volibear's going to be all right. As SoHwan now looking for this flanking play. bonO standing on a control ward. Was discovered for a split second there as Prowling Projectile's going to spot the Camille. Very deep teleport coming in from the Nico. Looking for that Pop Blossom to dive in from the side. Has himself the Spooky Ghost. Throws down the ultimate. It is going to pop both of the carries instantly. The Jace gets the bear, but then Flame has to run away. And Hanwha Life, they don't want an Infernal Drake. They want Baron.
And it looks like they're going to be able to get it, although I like what Tempt's doing. It looks like he was pathing over to the right-hand side before they had confirmation of where Jace was. Because the correct response in this situation would be for Flame and BeryL to go over and try to sneak the Infernal. Not going to be able to, or maybe he is. Maybe he's on a spy mission. Never mind, he's pinging down to bottom.
No. He's running.
They're keeping tabs on him. You see the pings on the minimap.
Yep.
That's going to be Baron. They should have waited 3 seconds to eat it so that he would have it as well. A little bit of a mistake right there.
Yeah,
you
so
know
then
me.
they could have split.
I'm negative Nancy.
Yeah,
so
they could have had split pushing Volleyball, which would have been the
Hey,
ideal scenario.
it's about the stats.
Yeah.
And Bully's ability to run backwards to buff the minions.
Okay.
We take a look at this, and this is actually really hard to analyze in this angle. Yuumi doing the Pop Blossom, Emperor's Divide, Flame flashing over to kill the Volibear with the Yuumi, and then escort the cat to safety.
That was just a fantastic flank coming in from Hanwha Life. It was an attempted disengage from DAMWON, but it was just read so beautifully, and the timing of Tempt is something that we haven't seen all season.
Right. Oh, hold on. Let's see if they highlight Kaisa. One time. One time.
Check out the sick amount of AP that the SoHwan gets.
Let's look at the AD
The
too.
Baron buff.
Oh, 1 AP.
Oh,
and
1 AP.
9 AD.
9 whole AD?
That's almost a longsword.
That is
okay?
ludicrous.
So imagine what Kaisa's getting. Imagine what Camille's getting.
Yeah.
That is a several thousand gold worth dragon.
Gigantic stuff. And of course, they have 3 champs that are able to utilize both of those statistics. Of course, Tempt happy to get those auto attacks weaved in there as Flame going to dive in. And hookshot is not going to land. Canyon going to get stunned up as Hanwha don't want to take the fight. Subjugation still available, sorry. So could have just ate through bonO's health bar very, very comfortably. And Hanwha, they know that they have extra members on this map with that pushing power. And with the 2 members top lane, they are able to take down this inner turret most likely. We're nearing an 8,000 gold lead for Hanwha Life, and it's looking like it's only getting worse as this Baron buff still has 1.5 minutes to go. I jokingly said, I was backstage with Cloud Templar, and I was talking to him. I'm like, are the SKT fans going to get what they want? Is it going to be the Hanwha Life victory today? And he just giggled at me. And as it turns out, that's exactly what it was. By the looks, but still, it's not over until that fat lady sings.
No, it is over. Look what I got from G-Sub.
Oh God, no!
Right here.
Oh man, I was ready to get so excited.
Yeah,
that
I clawed it from her backstage. The script. And now I see why they didn't give it to me.
Yeah.
Jeez,
well,
ridiculous.
We weren't faking. We weren't faking our excitement and our surprise of the Hanwha Life victory in game number 1. A little bit less surprised, though, for game number 2, because we saw what they were capable of. We saw what this Hanwha Life squad was actually able to do on their day as Key's flashing. We're not going to look at it, though. It's not about that. Gets himself the Roar, gets divided underneath this turret, but Pop Blossom says goodbye to the Pigeon, and Key will be the sacrificial bear.
They trade 1 for 1 right there, which is actually beneficial for DAMWON.
The problem is, what else are they trading? As the inhibitor turret goes down in the mid lane, SoHwan's able to get a fair bit of damage down here bottom side as well. Trinity Force doing a lot of work. And able to get enough back towards the end. This final chapter coming in, gets a double snare. As bonO is very low. sangyoon as well. Does need to be super careful, and the Lucian is going to lock down that kill. The flash away from the prowling projectile comes in from SoHwan. But Tempt is still split pushing topside. The inhibitor turret is going to fall down, and structurally, DWG doing very poorly. But with the kills, they are able to stabilize a little bit.
Yeah, they're able to get themselves some breathing room. That's probably going to be it for this push right now. And so Hanwha, I don't know. Hanwha Life will wait for the next Baron to probably end this game.
So wait, we have Hanwha, and Hanwha, depending on top lane. Is that how it works?
All right. I see what you're saying.
Nailed it. I think that's really cool.
Taking a look at this replay, ShowMaker, he just gets brought down.
Mega dead.
Yeah.
Said that one already, but that was a really, really dead Pigeon. As Flame looking to go aggressive onto SoHwan, but SoHwan says no. Sorry, buddy. Not today.
They didn't.
And that's how that trade got evened up so badly. I actually didn't see it was just a kill feed type situation there. As this is the replay of what was going on as SoHwan got that solo kill, and it was a very dead sangyoon, and Nuclear picking up 600 gold for that one as well.
Oh man. Well,
was it 600?
This
might have been a little bit more.
Not a very close game. It's almost a 10,000 gold deficit. Remember, they have 1 leg up in the Infernal Dragon. ShowMaker almost getting hit right there.
Yep.
as they're just going to posture now for Baron. They're going to control the vision around the left-hand side of the map. Camille's going to keep split pushing. Jace alone cannot stop her. 3-level discrepancy. So, I swear to God, if that Oblivion Orb becomes a Morellonomicon Atlas.
Oh God, he did it again. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Okay, well, if this is a 2-0, you'll have a long time to cool down.
He needs to end before he can complete the item.
Yeah. Well, he needed to get that magic
It
pen,
should be a Leandri's tournament. Should just always be Leandri's. Leandri's is insane on any champ that can utilize AD, or AP, sorry. The item gives you durability, gives you the HP, gives you the AP, and the passive burn, and your teammates can give you the added benefit. You don't need Rylai's to complement it. The item is sleeper OP.
Does Oblivion Orb build into it? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Oblivion Orb builds into Morellonomicon.
And not that. So, unfortunately.
Hopefully it just doesn't recall.
Yeah, hopefully he just ends the game.
I can keep my sanity.
Yeah, well, he is going to recall because Hanwha Life are going to take the Baron. They are going to give sangyoon the blue buff, take the Baron, maybe take the Cloud Drake at the same time. They do have a lot of vision available. There are pings down as Canyon does actually make it into this river. A wall of vision available there as well, and I feel like
Are they going to start it?
Okay.
That's weird. We don't get to see people dig their own grave that often.
Well, I mean, they're going to do it while there is a
right.
Camille also murdering them. It's Sangyoon that starts this one off. His initiation almost as good as aiming's. The Flash Pop Blossom comes forward. You and Me is going to save the Yuumi, but they don't care about it. Jace teleported in and just straight up died. Didn't even notice that that was happening. Voidseeker is pretty strong as SoHwan. Tactical sweep, looking to try and take down Canyon, but it at least gets him out of this one. That was a weird flash. Not sure why that even happened as Predator finally goes off. Teleports, though, are going to head straight towards bottom side, and ShowMaker is going to be the only way they can do this. Sick juke there from Canyon. I mean, it's not really going to do anything as they're going to trade slows, and the ring around the rosy, the yakety sax is going to continue. But as it is continuing, Hanwha Life are obliterating the base of DAMWON. There's a Yuumi, there's an Azir. There's not too much of a hope of them defending these Nexus turrets with just this available. Super Soaker comes out from Tempt. He's controlling the members of DAMWON. Just a Nexus now to be taken down. The whole base is in shambles. ShowMaker, his health bar is following suit on that one as someone jumps in, gets himself an empowered auto attack, and Tempt taking a lot of damage. They wish they had those Ocean Drakes now as Hanwha's health total is very, very low. Shape Splitter comes out from Tempt. They are going to be able to make it out. Now with 2.5 minutes on the Baron and a very, very low Nexus, Hanwha Life are just going to have a look at their best avenue to finish this game off.
No.
You okay?
He recalled. I don't know what to say about this Baron. Maybe someone needs to contact Riot support because they did say that win trading is okay because I don't know what this is. Atlas, there's never a universe they get the Baron.
Have you heard of the term Desperation Baron?
That's not a Desperation Baron. They're clenching at things that I've never seen.
I mean, desperation comes in levels.
All right.
And as far
what kind
as
of level is this?
I think it's taken it to 11 in an out of 10 scale. That's where I would probably put it.
All right, well.
You know how people say 5 out of 7? This is a 7 out of 5 desperation level if we're going to go towards the 5 scale. So yeah, probably not thinking that they would actually be able to get anything, but as far as the DAMWON that we saw at Rift Rivals and the DAMWON that we saw afterwards in their weeks of dominance, this is not them. Week 8 was a terrible week for DAMWON as they're staring down the barrel of a Hanwha with still a minute left on this Baron. Double super creep waves. SoHwan, he's probably going to die. Going to go golden. Stopwatch going to be utilized. As Keed is going to run at the Nexus. Pop Blossom comes down. Nuclear flashes it. Final chapter is in, but the Nexus is down to half health. And the Kaiser is getting all of these kills. bonO to steal away the last one after the triple. And a 2-0 for Hanwha Life. And an SKT that went 1-5 at the beginning of the season and are now in first place.
Well, SK Telecom telling Hanwha to check their bank account, apparently, because that's the only thing that would make sense about that Baron call at the end. But nonetheless, Hanwha Life, they show up big today, and they managed to break DAMWON Gaming in more ways than one, as well as my mental.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Morel and Omicron,
It didn't get finished in game number
I think that's what happened to Nuguri, actually, is he saw the item himself, and, you know, I don't
Yeah.
blame him,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, sometimes these
I needed to be
players just
subbed out
really
for
like-
Papa, but he's, he's still in Europe.
I think he might be on a plane.
Yeah,
he might
yeah.
be making his way home, but
Oh, man.
not quite back just yet. So you're gonna have to stick around. I apologize. We've got a hell of a series coming up next, but we're gonna have to wait a fair bit of time before that one is there. Of course, Sandbox versus Kingzone.
This is
will be
this
our
our
8 p.m. matches. This is probably one of the quickest first series that we've had. You know how you've been talking about ping pong so often? I wish we had a ping pong table here at Lowell Park. We could have been playing some ping
They
pong
need,
after
they need
the
to get
match.
on that. They need a recreational room.
Yeah, where's that rec room?
I don't know. We have to blame our producers.
That's all right. We need maybe we'll bring some Nintendo Switches or something like that and start playing like
Super
I know
Smash Brothers.
We could play Smash Brothers if we want
Melee,
to.
yeah.
I know that Papa's really into Mario, so Mario Maker 2 came out.
Is he?
You can play some like crazy
Oh, I
troll
thought you meant
levels.
like Mario Kart.
No, he's not much of a Mario Kart.
Not a
player.
Mario Kart
I
kind
am.
of guy?
I am.
You are?
I am a
Who's your favorite?
huge- who's my favorite?
Mario Kart character.
Daisy, of course. I'm a stats abuser.
Respectable.
Thanks, my friend.
Oh my God.
I was in
We're
the
going on a
Wii
date
version.
later.
in the Wii version, I was Daisy or Funky Kong only.
Okay.
It's
I like that. Respectable.
And I'm a bike player.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Stats abuser, so you don't build Morello then.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice to hear.
One of those signs said something about belly fat / chin fat, which is a very confusing thing to be talking about. I think Sangyoon was going to be the subject of that one. I think it's a bit mean. I think he's a very handsome man. Look at him right there.
You know, some of the Korean cultural jokes that are acceptable here don't work in the West, and
Yeah,
some
they
of the West
translate a bit
jokes,
weirdly. Yeah.
some of the Western jokes don't work in Korea. It's a really
Yeah,
it's a really
bit of a
interesting
yikes.
thing. So that is an adorable
That is
Ryan
so
drawing.
good. Holding his little key.
You are the key to victory. Go go Hanwha. Let's power up. Fighting. I like that.
Oh,
you know,
we
that's
need to
adorable.
go and make that guy an offer so that we can take that and frame it and give it to
Yeah.
Papa Smithy, the biggest Ryan fan in the universe.
What is that?
Whoa, that's a lot of stickers.
Break the limit. What? I don't.
It's just as many Hanwha stickers.
Is there
as
a
they could
meme
find.
I'm missing?
No, this is just this is their tagline. Break the limit.
Okay. 2-0 Honor. Pan? I don't know what that is.
Bombs away.
I don't know what the word means. Bombs going off today. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the bombs definitely went off, guys. That was a Hanwha victory that absolutely no one was expecting. And if you were expecting it, then it was the wrong expectation. It's
Okay.
just not how we should have been feeling. And it's not what I was expecting the loss to FLICKR to eventuate with, you know?
Right.
We saw FLICKR lose to SKT yesterday. Probably one of our more competitive matches that we've had in summer. It was actually a fantastic series to watch. Go back and watch it if you didn't. SKT versus FLICKR Freaks. From yesterday, FLICKR looked like they had a lot of control in game number 1, but the late game team fighting from SKT was back, and that was what brought them in there. And DAMWON suffering at the hands of Hanwha Life after their recent defeat to FLICKR as well. So,
And you know, Flame
rough
coming in,
scenario.
playing the Jace, it didn't really do anything. I mean, he played the laning phase really bad. I'm just going to be as blunt as possible about it. It was really, really poor Jace versus Camille laning phase. So I don't get why he came in for Nuguri unless it was a mental tilt thing.
Absolutely. I can almost guarantee that that's what it
That
was.
it must be that. This was a little bit unfair.
I
Okay,
don't
the
know
Rip
why-
Herald,
why-
he just...
It was nice
No,
to play by ShowMaker.
the-
Instantly cleanses to get the
The
sweep
thing
back.
that's weird about that for me, though, is that ShowMaker kept going on even though the Herald had already been captured, and realistically, Sedge had enough time to get out, but he kept running at the fog of war.
Yeah.
So he would have wasted time had bonO already taken the Herald, but honestly, I mean, he got a lot done with his roams.
Yeah.
And
I felt like the laning phase was really, really rough for Hanwha, but it was the fact that the bear just got himself out of the cave and ran away with the game.
yeah,
And it was a different kind of volley bear than we've seen. It was it's been a lot of like instant Q flashes and things like that, but Keith spent a lot of time just running around and utilizing the Q in a very different manner. So interesting to see the different avenues of play. I believe that Tempt deserves MVP purely for how good this flank was. Just getting into exactly the right position. Flame had no other way out other than going up.
Tempt definitely can vie for it here. You know, though, SoHwan just did so good today, though.
He did.
Overall, he had such an impressive performance against both of the top laners.
And being able to take down Nuguri in game number 1, that is no mean feat. He, in fact, tilted Nuguri out of Ballpark after game number 1. Theoretically,
I was
right?
almost tilted out of Ballpark
I know you
by,
were.
by sangyoon, so I'm not live, they're just tilting
아,
everyone.
타워는
Yeah.
생겼다.
That's what they do.
They also
It's
tilted
the
the
mind.
side.
It's the mind attack.
There you go.
Mind attack.
The mind flayer.
Yeah, they
From
are the
Stranger
mind
Things.
player.
이거
Yeah,
탑이
yeah.
없네.
What a cool
아, 빨았다,
game
이거야.
for a
카메라.
baddie.
아,
It's so
죽겠다,
Dungeons
이거.
and Dragons.
일단 일단
Yeah.
You know,
루시아, 루시아, 루시아.
they're saying careful, careful.
They don't really need to be
Nice.
careful, to be perfectly honest. They didn't need to kill that sun turret though. They could have just targeted the Nexus.
잘했다, 잘했다.
아, 좋았다. 너무 좋았다.
I wonder what they were saying. Good
희망이
job.
보였다, 희망이.
Good job.
Yep.
As Kaisa doing an okay amount of damage.
I think sangyoon might be able to get himself an MVP for this one, based on damage numbers like that.
We'll have to see
Yeah.
who ends up getting awarded it, and then we will jump to the winners interview.
The winner's interview that involves Hanwha Life Esports. That is the LCK we're living in right now. An LCK where SKT went on one of their worst losing streaks of all time, turned it around to a 9-match winning streak in a row, and are now first place. Just nutty. bonO's going to get back-to-back MVPs, though.
Ooh.
He's going to be the gentleman that we're going to be chatting to. Kill participation at 15 minutes at 100%. And it was this double kill in the mid lane, much like in game
Both
number
games.
1, that got it for him.
Yeah, both
And I
games,
don't
they got
contest this
dismantled.
at all. I think it's a fantastic MVP decision. As he misses that ult, but lands everything else. And that was enough. Bye-bye Flame. What was it with 0-3-0 Jaces this series?
Jason's a pretty fragile champion. You either play him really good in the way that he's meant to be played, or you end up falling off the cliff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes. Much akin to Fox in Melee.
I feel like feast or famine
Yeah.
is the way we talk about that one. Zumi's making Key's life very frustrating without the movement speed of his Q. And then that cat in a book, we had to cut the video because it looked a little bit too sad when he was obliterated without too much of a response. But that is going to mean we have that solo interview with bonO. Fantastic performance in both games. Pass it over to Ji-sun for the translation.
단독 MVP bonO 선수
Guys,
모실게요.
this
안녕하세요.
is the translation, and it will be here from bonO, picking up 2-0 victory up against DWG Gaming today.
무슨 일이 있었나 많은 분들이
What
궁금해하고
happened during the 2
계십니다.
days of
일단 먼저
preparation?
소감
So,
들어볼게요.
how do you feel about the win, bonO?
저번에 좀 아쉽게 지긴 했는데 그래도
Well,
오늘
we had a very close
좋은
game
모습으로
last time,
이긴 것
so
같아서 되게
I'm really happy that we were able to show clean
정말
performance
갑자기
today.
확 달라진 모습이 보이는 것 같은데 실제로
So, what happened when you guys went back to the drawing board?
변화했다고 생각하시나요?
What was the biggest change?
저번에도 연습 때는 좀
Well,
경기력이
even
좋았는데
last time our
아무래도
performance in
그날
practice
경기력으로
game was really
컨디션들이
good,
다안
but
좋아서
maybe that day all the players, their
많이 안 좋은
conditions
모습
was up to their
보여드렸던
like full power. We were
오늘은
like feeling
연습대로
really great,
그대로
so
이렇게 계획까지
I think we
이어졌습니다.
felt a lot better
자,
today.
1세트 bonO 선수의 모스트픽 자르반을 잡고
So,
활약했는데 벌써 이번
your main
서머에서
champion,
10
J4,
번이나 사용을 하셨어요.
Was back today.
그야말로
You played it
갱킹이라고
11
불러도 될
times.
정도로 모든 갱을 다 성공시키는
And you're the god of
모습이었어요.
the game currently in
첫 번째
LCK.
더블킬 장면
So
만나보고
let's take a look at the highlights.
화면으로
You
보시죠.
making a double kill in mid lane.
자, 이때 2렙 갱이었는데 동선은 어떻게 짜셨나요?
So how
상대
did you make the jungle path?
베이스랑 같이 1렙에 블루 들어올 거라고 생각해서
So we expected Karthus to go blue, our blue buff with Jace. So we kind of expected that.
보자.
그러고
And then
내가 좀 비비관 열심히 하길래
So I saw mid laners trading a lot, so I thought we were able to make a kill over there.
정말 멋지게 성공을 시켰고요. 이렇게 상윤 선수가 보잔이라고
상윤 just called you
불러주셨는데
보잔.
평소에도 많이 듣는 말인가요?
Does he call you like that a lot?
잘할 때 그냥
Well, during the
장난식으로
screams when I do well,
불러주는
like as a joke, he calls me Bozan.
저한테 거분한 친구죠.
I mean, I really like it. I don't feel like I even deserve it.
클릭, 여러 가지 다른 이름을 원하는 게 있나 궁금해하신 것 같은데 어떠신가요?
So, do you want any other nickname? I mean, Tarzan. I like Tarzan, so Bozan is good for me.
2세트에서 고잔 선수, 네. 보노 선수가 자, 더 날카로운 교전 타이밍을
So moving
많이
on to game
만들어냈어요.
number
이때도
2,
탑 미드
there
정말 다
were a lot of
풀어주셨고,
ganks as
그리고
well.
팀적으로도 정말 멋있는 모습 만들어냈었죠. 특히 뒤태를 활용한 장면들이
Also,
나오긴
especially the
했는데
flank
같이
with
보도록 하겠습니다.
Nico TP was really awesome. So let's take a look
자,
at the
바텀에서
highlights.
제이스를 끊어낸 직후 저런 장면을 계획하셨어요. 설계는 어떻게 하셨나요?
So that was a flank with Camille.
그때 저희만 텔이 있다는 콜도 했었고.
So we knew that we only had the TP priority.
설계해가지고
So we were able to kind of fight back. So as soon as the Someone players went in, we were able to kind of turn the fight around.
거리가 좀 있었거든요.
네.
그래도 가능하다고
However, you guys were quite far away.
천천히 하기로 했는데
We
영구가
said
순간적으로
that
많이
we
보여서
should start slowly. I mean, because we were a bit far, but actually Tempt said he had Zonia, so he kind of tried to make a play, but it didn't really go well.
이번 서머에서 아지르를 처음 꺼내셨는데
So,
그분은
ShowMaker played a Zero for the first time this
저희
split.
코칭
Did you expect that?
감독 코치님이
Our coaching staff
쇼메이커 선수
said
때문에 오늘 아침에
they
아직
look up
영상
to his
떠보셨길래
solo queue history. So they saw him playing a Zero last night for one game. So they told us to be ready for maybe ShowMaker locking in a Zero today. So we were a little bit predicting it.
1, 2세트 이렇게 단독 MVP 선택될 정도로 아주
So
좋은 활약
bonO, your
보여주셨습니다.
performance was so clean
15분
today.
킬관여율 1위.
So you are on the top of the standings for 15-minute kill participation and also first blood participation. How are you able to make gangs so clean?
설계도 잘한 것 같고 그리고
I set up
단일날 좀
quite well,
잘
and I was a bit
떨어지는
lucky.
부분도 좀 많다고
So
생각해요.
it's all things
재능에
combined.
네, 노력까지 바쳐준 보노 선수였습니다. 이제 하나생명의 다음 상대
So,
SKT
our
아프리카
next opponent will be
그리핀인데요. 오늘
SKT,
담원을 잡으면서
Africa
지금
and
SKT 가 1위로
Griffin.
올라갔어요. 다음
So since you guys
이렇게
took down
1위를
Damwon today,
만들어준
SKT will be on the first
아프리카
place.
그리핀이에요. 하나생명에게 굉장히 잘 보여야 하는 팀들이잖아요.
So you know
네,
they
선정도
have
한번
to
부탁드립니다.
be ready to fight you guys today. I think we have 3 or 4 matches left, so we just want to take them all down and make a huge upset in terms of standings.
보노 선수 너무 고생 많으셨고요. 인터뷰
So this will be the
감사합니다.
end of the interview with bonO, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
보노 선수 함께했습니다.
Thank you so much, Ji-sun, for the beautiful translation of that interview with bonO. He played out of his mind. That was kills in his first gank in both of the games. His Jarvan, brilliant in game number 1, and I think it was double kills both games, right? In the mid lane. Whew. Just nutty stuff. And then, you know, sangyoon, BeryL, and BeryL and Omicron, and they win the game. That's how this goes. It's the mental war. Mental war. And look at this. SKT's first place.
Well, that's all right. As Jinair, as you can see on our screen here, relegation.
Okay, so really,
Relegation.
really interesting that DAMWON are actually second, tied with Gen G, because Gen G have the head-to-head at the moment.
This is one of the spiciest LCK splits of all time.
So they're even. I'm having a look. So DAMWON lost to Gen G in the first round robin. They haven't played them again. So in theory, DAMWON
Gen G should be above them.
Yeah, if this tie is going to be broken, Gen G should in theory be ahead of them. But as far as game score is concerned right now, we're not going to go into that just yet. And so DAMWON are going to be safely tied in second. But whoa, what a turn of events! What an incredible
Final race to get out of the relegation zone.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Here we go. So it's a win for DAMWON.
Oh man. Well, KT
Oh,
Rolster
God, KT.
have an easier road, but the problem here is that Hanwha Life, they just got a win, bringing them to 4-11. Now KT Rolster,
They
4-10 right
already
now.
have 4 wins in the bank,
Yeah.
right? And it is likely that KT
can get
beat
Jin.
Jin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's unlikely that Hanwha Life is going to take down SKT or Griffin. The only imaginable scenario would be that they could potentially beat FLICKR
Yep.
on August 16th.
That's going to make August 16th an incredible day, because that is when DAMWON Gaming face SKT as well. So mark that down in your calendar. Hanwha Life's last opportunity to escape the relegation zone. We are going to escape the desk for a little while. It is going to be quite a break until we have our second matchup. Kingzone versus Sandbox Gaming will be the final one for the night, and the final one for week 8 as well. I can't believe only 2 more weeks to go. This has just flown by. Summer has absolutely
I'm gonna miss
flown
you.
by. I'm gonna miss you too.
Okay.
No, we'll spend some time
We'll
together.
go Lion King
See you after the break, guys.
You take me higher when I feel low. Make my world brighter when I'm alone. I keep on rolling, all with your fuel. You're like my gasoline that makes my dream come true. 'Cause this is the beginning. Together we'll be winning. With you by my side. Make my soul sing. I'm feeling for the light. Light like a feather, white like the wind. High flying together to where we'll ever be. You taught me loving without all the bling. You're all I need. I'm feeling for the light. I'm feeling for the light. You're my desire, my conqueror. One burn of fire, my secret code. I keep on rolling, all with your fuel. You're like my gasoline that makes my dream come true. 'Cause this is the beginning. Together we'll be winning.
Have you ever wondered how it feels when everybody does what you say? Have you ever wondered what it's like to rule the world for a day? I'll fight until the end. This place won't